Hello and welcome back to the English Master Channel. I'm your host, Kim.
And I'm Pete. It's great to be here with all of you for our 4th episode.
Today, we're diving into a topic that's not only useful, but also delicious. We're going to talk all about visiting a restaurant.
That's right. Going out to eat is a huge part of many cultures, and it's a situation where you'll definitely need some specific English phrases. We'll cover everything from booking a table to paying the bill.
Exactly. So let's start at the very beginning. Pete, before you even go to a restaurant, what's often the first step?
Making a reservation or booking a table. For popular restaurants, especially on a Friday or Saturday night, you can't just show up and expect to get a table.
Right. It's always a good idea to call ahead. So what are some key phrases you might use on the phone?
Well, you could start with something like, "Hi, I'd like to make a reservation." Or, "I'd like to book a table, please." They're both very common and polite.
Then you'll need to give them the details, the number of people, the day, and the time. For example, a table for 4, please, for Saturday night at 7:30.
Exactly. The restaurant will then ask for your name. They'll say something like, "What name is the reservation under?" Or, "Can I get a name for the booking?" You just reply, "It's under the name Pete."
Let's do a quick role play. I'll be the customer, you be the restaurant. Ring, ring.
Okay. Good evening, the English Bistro. How can I help you?
Hello, I'd like to make a reservation for 2 people for this Friday, please.
Certainly. What time would you like to book for?
Is 8 p.m. available?
Yes, we have a table at 8 p.m. Can I take your name?
The name is Kim.
All right, Kim. We have you down for a table for 2 this Friday at 8. We look forward to seeing you.
Thank you. Goodbye. See? Simple as that.
Very straightforward. And of course, many places now let you book online, which is even easier.
Okay, so we've made our reservation. Now we've arrived at the restaurant. What happens next?
You'll usually be greeted at the door by a host or hostess. Your first line is simple. "Hello, we have a reservation under the name Kim for 8 o'clock.
Right. And what if you didn't make a reservation? What if you're just trying your luck?
A great question. You can say, "Hi, do you have a table for 2?" Or simply, "A table for 2, please." If they're busy, you might need to ask, "How long is the wait for a table?"
Good point. Sometimes the host will then take you to your table. They'll say something like, "Right this way," or "Follow me, please."
And this is also a chance to make a special request if you have one. For instance, "Could we possibly get a table by the window?" Or, "Could we have a booth if one is available?" A booth is a type of seating with long, cushioned benches.
Okay, so we're seated, and the server has just handed us our menus. What's usually the first thing they ask?
Almost always, it's about drinks. They'll say something like, "Can I get you started with something to drink?" Or, "What can I get you to drink?"
And you can reply with, "Just water for me, please," or "I'll have a lemonade." If you need more time, you can say, "We just need a minute, please."
Exactly. After they take your drink order, they might ask if you're ready to order food or if you'd like to start with an appetizer. An appetizer, or starter in British English, is a small dish you eat before the main meal.
This is a great time to ask for recommendations if you're not sure what to get. You can ask, "What do you recommend?" Or, "What are your most popular appetizers?"
That's a fantastic tip. Servers know the menu best. When you're ready to order, you can say, "For our appetizer, we'll share the garlic bread." Or, "I'll start with the soup of the day, please."
All right, our drinks have arrived. We've finished our delicious appetizers. Now it's time for the main event, the main course.
Yes, the main course. In American English, this is often called the entree. And here's a fun fact for our learners. In British English and in French, an entree is actually the starter or appetizer. It can be a little confusing.
That's a great point. Language is always full of surprises. So for ordering your main course, the phrasing is similar to ordering an appetizer. You can say, "I'll have the grilled salmon," or "I think I'll go with the chicken pasta."
Right, but main courses can be more complex, so you might have more questions. This is especially important if you have dietary restrictions or allergies.
Definitely. You can say something like, "I'm allergic to shellfish. Does this dish contain any?" Or, "Is it possible to get this salad without cheese? I'm lactose intolerant."
Those are crucial phrases to know. You can also customize your order. For example, if you order a steak, the server will ask, "How would you like that cooked?" Your options are typically rare, medium, medium well, or well done. And for vegetarians or vegans, it's common to ask, do you have any vegetarian options? Or can this dish be made vegan? Most restaurants are very accommodating these days and have specific menus or can adapt dishes.
Another useful phrase for customizing is asking for something on the side. For instance, could I get the dressing for my salad on the side, please? This means you want the dressing in a separate small cup, not mixed in.
A pro move. It gives you control over how much you use.
So, our food has arrived, we're enjoying our meal. The server will probably come by at some point and check in on you.
Yes, they'll ask, how's everything? Or is everything tasting all right? If it's all good, a simple, everything is great, thank you. Or it's delicious is a perfect response.
But what if there's a problem? This can be a tricky situation for learners because they don't want to sound rude.
That's a key point. Politeness is everything. Start with, excuse me, to get the server's attention. Then explain the problem calmly. For example, I'm sorry, but this isn't what I ordered.
Right. Or, excuse me, my steak is a bit undercooked. Would it be possible to cook it a little longer? Using phrases like, I'm sorry, and would it be possible, softens the complaint and makes it sound much more polite.
Exactly. Most restaurants are very happy to fix a mistake, so don't be afraid to speak up politely.
Okay, so let's assume everything was perfect. We've finished our main courses. The server will clear the plates and might ask, can I interest you in any dessert? Or would you like to see the dessert menu?
That's great advice, Pete. Now, what about less formal situations? For instance, how does ordering at a cafe or a coffee shop differ from a sit-down restaurant? If you're full, you can say, no thank you, we're all set. Or, nothing for me, thank you. Just to check, please.
An excellent question. The experience is usually much faster and more casual. You typically order and pay at the counter first, and then you either wait for your name to be called or they bring your order to your table. Ah, yes, the check. Another little language difference here. In American English, it's almost always called the check. In British English, it's the bill.
A very important distinction. So you would say, could we have the check, please, in the US? Or could we have the bill, please, in the UK? Both are perfectly understood in most places, though.
Once the check arrives, you'll need to pay. You might need to ask, do you take credit cards? Although these days, most places do.
And if you're with friends, you might want to split the cost. You can ask the server, can we split the check? Or can we pay separately?
Finally, let's talk about tipping. This is a big cultural point, especially in the United States.
It really is. In the US, it's customary to leave a tip for your server, usually between 15 to 20% of the total bill, for good service. This is because servers' wages are often based on the expectation that they will earn tips.
Whereas in many other countries, like in Europe or Australia, tipping is less common or a service charge is already included in the bill. It's always a good idea to research the local tipping customs before you travel.
Excellent advice. And with that, you've successfully navigated a restaurant experience from start to finish.
Wow, that was a comprehensive guide. We covered making a reservation, arriving, ordering, handling problems, and paying.
Let's quickly recap a few of the most essential phrases. I'd like to make a reservation. A table for two, please. What do you recommend? Could I have the check, please?
Those will get you through most situations. Practice them, and you'll feel much more confident next time you dine out.
That's all the time we have for today. We hope you found this episode helpful.
Join us next time on the English Master Channel, where we'll be talking about another practical topic, how to navigate shopping for clothes.
Until then, keep practicing. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye for now.